Have you ever been in the middle of a conversation with a woman and suddenly you felt that spark, that undeniable shift in the air? The truth is, attraction isn't built on flashy pickup lines or rehearsed speeches. It's born in the subtle moments, in the words you choose and the energy behind them. And here's the secret: what you say can either shut the door forever or open a floodgate of desire. Most men talk to impress. They brag, they exaggerate, or they try too hard. But women don't get turned on by pressure. They get turned on by presence, by depth, and by the way you reveal your inner strength without even raising your voice. This is where ancient Stoic wisdom meets modern psychology. Today, I'll show you 5 powerful things you can say in the middle of a conversation that ignite attraction, respect, and desire. Stay with me. Section 1. The power of calm confidence. There is nothing more magnetic than calmness in the middle of chaos. When you're talking to a woman and she throws a challenge, a test, or even a playful jab at you, most men either get defensive or try to outdo her with humor. But the man who stays composed, who smiles softly and simply says, "I understand what you mean," radiates a strength that words cannot fake. This isn't about being passive. It's about showing that her words don't shake your core. When you respond calmly instead of reacting emotionally, you demonstrate self-mastery, a trait that Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius valued above all. A woman interprets this composure as maturity, control, and leadership. Think about it. When a storm comes, do you feel safer standing under a trembling branch or beside a mountain? Your calm presence makes her feel like she's with the mountain. And once a woman feels safe, attraction is inevitable. Here's a simple practice. When you feel the urge to snap back or defend yourself, pause. Breathe. Instead of rushing into words, deliver a slow, thoughtful line like, "That's an interesting perspective. Tell me more." Suddenly the conversation shifts. You've taken control, not by force, but by steadiness. Women are drawn to men who are unshaken because deep down they want to feel that same stability in their own lives. When you embody calm confidence, you don't need to brag about your worth. It becomes obvious in the silence between your words. That's when she leans in closer, not because you chased her, but because your presence pulled her in. Section 2. The hidden power of vulnerability. Most men believe vulnerability is weakness. They think admitting fear, failure, or insecurity will push women away. But the opposite is true. When done with strength, vulnerability is intoxicating. Imagine you're in the middle of a conversation and you casually share, "You know, there was a time when I struggled with this. I doubted myself a lot, but I learned to push through." Do you see what happened there? You didn't cry for pity. You revealed a scar, not an open wound. And scars tell stories of resilience. Women connect deeply with men who are human, not perfect. Vulnerability shows you're real. It shows you fought battles and learned from them. The Stoics themselves practiced this. Epictetus often spoke of his hardships as a slave, not to seek sympathy, but to demonstrate growth and wisdom. Here's why this works. When you reveal a glimpse of your struggle, you create intimacy. She feels like she's been invited into a private room of your life, a place most men keep locked away. And when you share it without shame, it signals courage. But remember, vulnerability without strength is just weakness. If you say, "I'm broken and I don't know what to do," that's not attractive. Instead, frame it as a story of triumph. "I went through that, and here's how I overcame it." This makes her see you as not only relatable, but inspiring. Women want a man who can open up just enough to let her in, while still standing firm as his own anchor. That balance of strength and softness is rare, and when you show it, you instantly separate yourself from every other man who hides behind bravado. Vulnerability, expressed with confidence, doesn't make you less masculine, it makes you unforgettable. Section 3. the subtle art of curiosity. If there's one thing that makes women feel truly seen, it's curiosity. Not the shallow, "What's your favorite color?" kind of curiosity, but the kind that digs deeper. Imagine asking her, what's something you've always wanted to do, but never had the courage to try? Suddenly, the conversation isn't about small talk anymore. It's about her dreams, her fears, her hidden world. Here's the truth. People are addicted to talking about themselves, but very few ever get asked questions that stir their soul. When you ask powerful questions and genuinely listen, you create an emotional high that no pickup line can match. Stoicism teaches us the power of focusing on what we can control. You can't control whether she finds you attractive instantly, but you can control your attention, where you direct it, how deeply you listen. And when you do, she feels the rare gift of being understood. Let's be clear, curiosity is not interrogation. It's not about peppering her with questions. It's about slowing down, holding eye contact, and showing real interest in her answers. When she says, "I've always wanted to travel," don't just nod. Lean in, ask, "What's the first place you'd go, and why that place?" This turns a casual chat into a story, into imagination, into shared excitement. And here's the beauty. When she invests emotionally in telling you about her passions, her mind subconsciously connects that positive energy to you. You become the man who gets it, the man who listens without judgment, the man who makes her feel alive in conversation. Curiosity is magnetic because it shifts the focus from proving yourself to discovering her. And paradoxically, that's what makes her more curious about you. In a world full of men who only talk about themselves, the one who listens like he's uncovering treasure is the one she can't stop thinking about. Section 4. The magnetic effect of playful teasing. Women love men who don't take themselves or the conversation too seriously. Teasing, when done with charm and respect, is one of the quickest ways to spark attraction. It's playful tension. It's the dance between seriousness and fun that makes her heartbeat quicken. Picture this. She says something like, "I can't cook to save my life." Instead of giving a boring reply like, "Oh, that's okay," you smirk and say, "Good thing I know how to cook. Looks like you'll survive if you stick around me." That playful banter shifts the energy from formal to flirtatious. Here's the secret. Teasing works because it mirrors the Stoic principle of not being too attached to outcomes. You're not desperate to please her. You're not worried if she takes it the wrong way because your intent is light-hearted. That detachment is powerful, but there's an art to this. Tease her about little quirks, not personal wounds. Teasing should feel like a spark, not a stab. If she rolls her eyes and smiles, you've done it right. If she looks hurt, you've gone too far. Why does this turn women on? Because it communicates confidence. To tease is to play with the line of tension, and only men who are secure in themselves can do it well. It also creates inside jokes, tiny secrets that only exist between the two of you, strengthening your bond. Another layer is balance. Combine teasing with genuine compliments. For example, after joking about her cooking, follow up later with, "But honestly, I like how passionate you are about other things." That contrast of playful and sincere keeps her hooked, never quite knowing what you'll say next. Life is heavy enough. A man who can bring lightness into conversation without losing depth is unforgettable. Women crave that rare energy, the man who can challenge them, charm them, and still respect them all at once. Playful teasing is not about disrespect. It's about giving her a taste of fun and unpredictability, and that taste is addictive. Section 5. The irresistible power of silence. Most men fear silence. They rush to fill every pause with words, thinking that if the conversation slows, she'll lose interest. But here's the truth. Silence is one of the most powerful tools of attraction. When you're comfortable with it, silence speaks louder than words. Imagine sitting across from her, and after a playful exchange, you simply smile, hold eye contact, and let the silence breathe. In that moment, tension builds. Not awkward tension, but magnetic tension. It's the same energy in a movie when two characters lean closer, and the audience holds their breath. Why does this work? Because silence demonstrates control. It shows you're not desperate to fill the void, not afraid of her judgment, not scrambling to keep her attention. You are at peace with yourself. That's pure Stoicism, mastery over impulse. Psychologically, silence also invites her to lean in, to reveal more, to fill the gap with her own thoughts and emotions. Women often interpret a man's comfortable silence as mystery, depth and self-assurance. It's the opposite of neediness. The key is to pair silence with presence. Don't drift into your phone or look around the room. Stay locked in. Your body language should say, I'm here fully, and I don't need to force this moment. That stillness is magnetic. Think of great leaders, philosophers, or even romantic figures in history. They didn't rush. They spoke with weight, and when they paused, people leaned forward, craving more. You can create that same effect in your interactions. Try this. Next time you're in conversation, after she says something meaningful, just smile, nod, and wait. Don't rush to reply. Watch how she reacts. More often than not, she'll open up even deeper, or the air will fill with an electricity that no words could create. When you own silence, you own the room. And when you own the room, you own her attention. Silence used with confidence isn't empty. It's a canvas for desire. Conclusion: attraction isn't about memorizing lines. It's about embodying presence, depth, and strength. When you master calm confidence, reveal vulnerability, show curiosity, tease playfully, and embrace silence, you create conversations that linger in her mind long after you part ways. These are not tricks. They are reflections of true inner power, rooted in Stoic wisdom. So the next time you speak with her, remember, it's not about chasing. It's about becoming the man who naturally draws her in. If this resonated with you, hit subscribe. Share this with someone who needs it, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Your transformation starts now.